Good evening, peoples. Back at you with AMZY. So AMZY had some interesting twists and turns. Let me get into that with you, but let me show you all their trades. So this is what all they did. They rolled early. Now, nothing to do with synthetic, right? You can roll your weeklies and you can roll your synthetic. This all weeklies, right? They were in a position by continuing down a little bit that they're well below their weeklies. So they're able, all these BCs, okay, BC, 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 and then three different sell shorts. All in these, their synthetics are 200s and they're out to 816. So without boring you with all of that, I'll show you here. So the only one that wasn't closed, as you might expect, last week, right? These were the four trades last week, but only the yellow ones were the ones closed because those are the ones. And look at this, 2 cents, 2 cents. And several of these were bunched together to create that, right? So we got 2 cents. We spent 2 cents. We got a dollar 57 when we wrote it. We got a dollar 44, massive amount, right? So we got 617,000 we collected. We only had to spend 85.80, which is 2 cents, right? Here we collected 62,000 and we only had to spend $790. Right? This one's dinky, right? We spent 2,000 to close 18. Why? Because it's a lower strike. Even though we're well out, that could have gone down to 2 cents. But look, I'm not faulting anybody. A couple $1,000 means nothing. You secured 16 and you did it early. Okay. So what did they do then? Well, very well. They went out and they laddered a little bit. At least they did 195s and 197.5. And you kind of see the difference in the money, right? When you do a 195, you get more money. Okay, this was done previously on 724, so it doesn't necessarily apply. But both of these are done on the same day. So by doing a 195, oh, leave me alone, Acrobat. Why are you here popping up things? Okay. Adobe Acrobat, he wants me to use their reader. Okay. So the difference here is you get $2.38 when you write at 195. So you want to write a little higher, give yourself a little more room. There's a case where they're both written on the same day. I assume they're written right around the same time. And you drop down what you get. You know, it's like a 55-cent difference, right? Applied, that's 30% or something different. Um, if they were the same amount, you could really see it easier. So what did we do? Well, we collected over $1 million, right? In these three, or the one trade had already been done, but in these two trades. So nice. And what we did, we secured all this stuff for like 10,000, right? I don't even know what the total was because I got rid of it, but it was nice. So we had a nice situation. So let's go look at our new weeklies, right? So now we're 8.42, but now granted, we got 6 trading days, right? And 9.81. And the issue is all going to come down to it. And I got more to say. Well, I might as well say it here while I'm in this chart. Now, this chart is not updated, right? If you updated the chart, you see where we are, 179.85, right? We're right there below 180. Well, the issue is when we draw a long running channel that Amazon's been in, that channel is around 194. So as soon as we drop down, it's a negative. When you operate in a parallel line, you draw a slanted line up and another line. And so those are the lows and highs over the last 8 to 10 months. It's basically a channel. Every time you get in the bottom of the channel, you move back up, you get to the top of the channel. So you got support and resistance. Well, we drop below the channel, right? The channel line would be running here, measuring up to about 193-ish. So once we went here and further came down, earnings is going to drive us. So earnings is going to tell a lot next Thursday, okay? After the market, I believe it's after the market. I know it's on the first. Usually they're after the market. Some are pre-market. So That's going to determine. Now, if we just move up a little bit and get up to 193 and then go down, that says, we returned to the scene of the crime. We got up to that resistance, the bottom of that channel, and we couldn't break through. I hope for Amazon's sakes, I really like Amazon. I have a gut feel they're going to do good. But look at Google today. It's exactly what happened. They had already gone below their channel, went back up to test the bottom of their channel, and their earnings came out and they're crashing. They're 10, 12% down below that channel line. So all I'm saying to you is I'm not trying to put fear in you. I'm saying these stocks are way up at highs. Now, what could drive Amazon down might not even be their own. It could be a pullback in the NASDAQ. Again, I'm not seeing anything that anything is bigger than a small amount right now. But remember, that can change. So all of you that are believers in Amazon and everything, I love Amazon, and especially even reporting on it within the income fund. I like what I see. So they're still on track to make good money, okay? But let's see if they can get back in that 193, 195 and stay on the bottom of that resistance and eventually move up and the market doesn't pull them down. Kudos for Amazon. But if they stay below 180, if earnings is flat or let's say this, earnings can be good and then the market says, yeah, but they're not priced to perfection. Your guidance is saying that maybe our retail is going to slow down or, something to that, then they could sell off a little further. Just trying to give you some added value here on things I see. Okay. So let's go look at holdings. So I updated everything. We're just slowly, and this is just reflected in the subtle price decline, right? Nothing massive over the last 4 days, 14 million, 15, 16. What is that? Well, that's the negative paper value of our synthetic. Okay, Amazon's not like the Bitcoins and the Nvidias and, massive movements, right? Because all the AI FOMO and both in Bitcoin at times and in the high flying AI stocks. And Amazon is certainly in the AWS part of it is big tech, high tech, the number one cloud outsourcing service provider, no doubt. But the retail segment you're familiar with, and that's the one that may get the recessionary impact if that continues. Let's see the way things are going. We may get a surprise rate cut next week in the FOMC. I mean, it's and that would FOMO the markets up initially. It's kicking the can further down the road and giving the market a stimulus. So there's all kinds of things out there. But trying to give you guys a heads up. So here's our new ones, right? They rolled into, in my mind, pretty good ones. I don't really, even with a good earnings, I don't think Amazon runs by it. Typically, these big cap, conservative big caps, 3, 4, 5% is a big move. I'm not expecting a 10% move. And remember, these are out of the money 8, 9%. So until they report, I don't see much to drive them up. Although we do have the FOMC next week. So that's usually a Wednesday announcement. It's usually Tuesday, Wednesday, and Wednesday's the day. All right, so let's finish on that. We closed at 2025 fair value. They're saying the NAV is no shares bought, no trades put on in the sense of they went out and spent money. They basically just rolled out of one position and then wrote all new next week calls and did a very good job, in my opinion. So kudos to them. So let's just go straight over to payouts. So those sales, just 1 second. So this selling, closing the new ones and securing 99.7% of our money, that didn't add any. It subtracted a teeny weeny bit, but adding a million helped, right? That's a 20% add. Well, it's not. It's 12.5%. But the point is, we went from, I think, 51, 52, I forgot the number, to 63. So we could do that again next week. Okay, so I see us getting back near this amount. Now, that's assuming we don't blow by this. But if we blow by it, then our synthetics are going to be making money, right? Not losing money. And they don't have to roll the synthetic because it's out at 816. Yeah. So overall, pretty good. I mean, I'm seeing a decent payout as I've been projecting all along. But if you want to know what they're trending toward, right, overall, then that's going to tell you a lot on their earnings. So much so on their earnings is going to dictate all of that stuff. And I'll be doing a forecast for you guys. I don't even know what the number is here. I'm getting close. It must be 31. Yeah, there you go. It's 31. That's funny. Okay, so I'm not ready to do a forecast and a yield percentage. Um, but anyway, I think it's positive for Amazon. I wanted to get this in your hands, especially when they roll a whole bunch of stuff. All right, guys, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Have a great day ahead. Some of you may be sleeping, some of you up as night owls. Okay, bye for now.